So ladies and gents, welcome back to the channel. So we finally made a deck with the new Cricket, the Camellia, and the Naturia's Blessing that we acquired from the packs earlier. So here is the deck composition that I personally made. So this is not actually like 100% at the moment, but I really wanted to showcase to you guys how good the deck it is, even though this is not actually the most like precedented way in playing the deck. We can have, or we can change that one later on. At the moment, I'm still testing out the version 1 and I'm testing out the deck on its strengths and weaknesses in the current meta. So yeah, we'll talk about some of the good things that this deck can actually do later on. For the meantime, we'll be talking about version 1 and just basically how the game actually go through the meta or go through some of the games that I'm going to showcase to you guys later on. So main deck wise, you have to max out 3 copies of Cricket, 3 copies of the Camellia, and the 3 copies of the Naturia Blessing. The Blessing is a really good card to actually play on 3 copies. Furthermore, this is not actually a soft or a hard once per turn, so you can unlimitedly use this one. And of course, since we are using also the Ishizo cards into this lineup, you can get a hold of the Naturia Blessing most of the time, I mean, since you're gonna recycle them with the use of the Ishizo cards. Furthermore, I also maxed out a copy of Sacred Tree, since this is one of the go-to trap cards that you can actually acquire in the Naturia Blessing. If not, you can get a Naturia Master. So that's one thing there that is really good or really insane for this type of trap card. The Cricket allows you to spell summon 2 if ever your opponent has more monsters that has the highest attack. If not, you can just spell summon 1. Even so, you can just spell summon Camellia to the field. The Camellia is a really good card to actually start off most of your combos here for the Naturia. Now, not only that, this card is a level 4 tuner. This can also spell summon a Naturia monster from your graveyard if ever your opponent normal or spell summons during his turn. So that's a really good card effect. Now, the archetype that we're including into this lineup is the Vernusylph Fairies, which are a really good synergy, just like the Adamantium, since this is just an earth-based deck. So we are using the Flourishing Hills, the 3 copies of Awakening Forest, and the 3 copies of Misting Seedlings. Now these are the only 3 Vernusylph monsters that we are actually using. Oh, sorry. I forgot to mention the Vera, which is which is a really good card to actually add into the deck as well. It is a monster reborn and a change of art in its own right. So that's a really good card to actually be on the field. Furthermore, if you don't really need this, you can just go into a bar on the floor or whatsoever that you have in your arsenal. But I do prefer just having this on the field, having to like negate effects for on your opponent's turn, or even yet spell summon during your opponent's turn. So that's a really good card on the field. Also, a 3K body is not to be something you can easily remove. Extra deck wise, you have 1 copy of Exterior. You can spell summon this with the help of the Blessing. Same goes with the Beast and the Barkion. Barkion and the Beast are the only 2 cards that can spell summon the Exterior. Even so, like I said earlier, a really good synergy for this is the Vernusylph Fairies, which can spell summon your Barkion and Beast from the graveyard to your side of the field. So that's a really good cherry on top for the Vernusylph Fairies. No, typically the rest here is just a test run anyway, so I'll be tweaking this one on version 2. So subscribe if you want to see version 2 later on for the Naturia / Vernusylph Fairies. But at the moment, we have 1 copy of Stardust Dragon, 1 Crystal Wing. The Axel Dragon is a really good card to actually special summon the Stardust Dragon. 1 Mantis, a really good card actually. So if ever you have like a non-tuner monster on the field, a plant non-tuner monster, you can actually target that monster and then change it to a tuner monster. So typically, like for example, you have a Sunflower in the field, which is a non-tuner. You can target that one with the effect of the Menacing Mantis. You can go for a level 10 Synchro, which is of course our next card, Baron the Floor and Shen Ying. Exile monster wise, I think 1 copy of Execution Knight is a really good card, since we have more level 4s here in our arsenal. And by far, I have a lot of fun with this with my Tier Elements deck. So yeah, why not have this one in this type of deck anyways. But yeah, this is just a test run. 1 copy of Baguska, 1 Zeus, Link Monsters, your Osa, the Earth Charmer, 1 copy of Nightmare Unicorn, and 1 copy of Appaloosa. I think that's basically it. So let's showcase the replays, and it's not really that much that I'll showcase for the replays, but it is really fun to actually go up against some other decks with the new Naturia monster. So see you guys in the outro afterwards. Alright guys, so we have here 2 games for you guys, and I'll promise I'll be showcasing more replays in the near future. But at the moment, we're using version 1 for the Naturia and the Vernusylph fairies, so might as well. I'm gonna showcase just 2. But don't worry, they are a bit long, so yeah, let's showcase the replays anyway. So we have 1 Cricket, 1 Misting Seedlings, 1 Awakening Forest, 1 Vera, and 1 Naturia Blessing. So our opponent is going first. We're going up against an Emancipator deck, which, as you very well know, has a ton of spell summoning. So might as well gonna fast forward this one, basically. No, I think he's also using the Vernusylph fairies here. But yeah, and early enough, he actually got the Block Dragon. There goes, press on the block. Effect of the Rock Band, spell summon the Revival Golem, go for Heavy Masquerena, effect of Block Dragon, get a hold of the monsters. Now he actually got the 3 Emancipator monsters. He should have gone with 1 copy, even just 1 copy of the Seafront. It's much better, and I do admire the Seafront monster. It allows you to normal summon again during that turn. There you go. And that's basically the board. So right off the bat, you can see here we have 1 IP Masquerena. He's usually gonna go for a Nightmare Unicorn, or even, let's say, Appaloosa here, since he has some bodies on the field that he can actually use. Crystal Wing, a monster negate, really good monster negate. Now the Abyss Dweller and the Barkion. The Barkion is not gonna be a threat anyways, because we don't really use that much of a trap card or trap cards in our deck, other than sending it to the graveyard for an effect. But even so, at this scenario here, we are basically just hoping to prompt the effect of Vera to control 1 monster on his side. So just Crystal Wing and the IP Masquerena is our go-to plan, just to remove their effects. So during our turn, we got a hold of another or second copy of Naturia Blessing. Use the effect of Forest. Now our opponent is going to chain with the Dweller, which is not that bad, but we're not going to be like using our graveyard at the moment. So yeah, might as well going to send a copy of our Medora. Normal summon the Cricket. Get a copy of our Camellia and a 1 copy of Sunflower. Sunflower is a really good card. Not a once per turn, guys. So it can actually be, it's like a Quackimero, a Guardian in a sense, but only like less powerful for an attack, or yeah. But anyways, Camellia will then send a copy to the graveyard, 1 copy of Rose Whip. We didn't actually use Rose Whip here, so I should have. Now my thought process here was send a copy of the Sacred Tree, which we can just be negated with the Barkion. So that's gonna be useless anyway, so might as well gonna be sending a monster. But yeah, use the effect of Vera, control his Crystal Wing. We chain with the Sunflower, and then since my Natural monster takes its effect, you will chain with IP Masquerena, and then chaining with Sunflower once more to negate. So 2 monster negates and pop. So really good to have it on the field for Sunflower though. But anyways, like I said, the use of Naturia Blessing was actually a saving grace for us. And by the way, I don't have an at this current version 1, I don't have a copy of Synchro 7 or level 7 Synchro monster, so might as well gonna go for level 6. And then pop the Abyss Dweller and the Gallant Granite. We can't do anything with the Block Dragon though, but yeah, I'm just gonna leave like the bark in there. On his draw phase, we summon Camellia. Camellia will then set a copy of Sacred Tree. Sacred Tree will get a copy of Anja. I should have actually gone with the Cricket here. Nevertheless, it's fine. Opponent is gonna spell summon or use the effect of Awakening Forest, locking him to Earth effects only. But I didn't know I forgot actually the effect of the Vernalizer monsters, which, yeah, I should have actually know this. But anyways, there we go. Since in Spell Summon a monster, we can Spell Summon back Sunflower to the field, which we actually use later on. Analyzer will be summoned to the field, use its effect, with change with or use the effect of Sunflower to negate its effect. And he will go for a Synchro play, which is Bear on the Floor. Now, Bear on the Floor won't be prompting any effect because he is bound to Earth effect monsters only. But I didn't know that. I forgot this effect, so yeah. I don't know. And this is actually a good body right here. So I was thinking, even though he doubles the attack of his Awakening Forest, he's gonna leave like 2 monsters on the board or 3 monsters on the board basically. But as of now, I made a misplay because I destroyed his Awakening Forest with my Sunflower. So that was supposed to be advantageous on my part, but yeah. So he managed to destroy my Barkion and a copy of my Camellia, which is not that bad. Go for Keldo, recycle back my cards just in case we'll draw into them. But sadly, we did not. We just got Called by the Grave. Even so, we go for Misting Seedlings, get a copy of Kelbex, plus summon the Camellia. Camellia will use its effect. Sacred Tree will get a copy of Naturia's Blessing. Our opponent did not negate or whatsoever. So, he's allowing me to do a combo here. So like I said earlier, I keep on forgetting, man. And this is the point where I actually noticed that I made a misplay on most of my games a while ago. So yeah, Vernalizer Fairies only locks you to Earth effect monsters. If you summon like a Wind or other attribute monsters other than Earth, then you are locked out with that effect. You can't use its effect. So yeah, that was really bad on my part. So my only choice here was actually something Cheng Ying, which I didn't. Another misplay. Might as well go for Bear on the Floor, destroy the other Bear on the Floor. Main phase 2, get a copy of Black Dragon. So there's only 1 copy of Black Dragon. We actually got that copy. And then, for some reason, our opponent drew into a copy of Lightning Storm. So might as well gonna use the effect of Vera here. Spell summon our Camellia in defense position. Camellia will then send a copy of Sacred Tree. Sacred Tree will then get a copy of Naturia's Blessing, which we'll use later on. Our opponent normal summons Quackimere Guardian. Change the effect of Camellia. Spell summon 1 Naturia monster. He will then change the effect of Guardian. Luckily, we have Called by the Grave. There we go. So, with the Camellia, summon our Barkion. And he ends his turn. So we have a free board. Or a free field, I mean. Go for Naturia's Blessing. Summon the Cricket. Cricket will then use its effect. Getting a hold of another Camellia. Sending a Sacred Beast. Or Sacred Tree. Sacred Beast. Why Sacred Beast? Summon Cheng Ying later on. But yeah. That's it. Go for level 5. Beast. Then summon, you go chain with the Cricket. Use the effect of Awakening Forest. Spell summon back another copy of the Barkion or a copy of Barkion. Then go for lethal. That's basically it. Very fun game. Alright guys, so game number 2. We're going first. We have 1 Cricket, 1 Maxi, 1 Rose Whip, 1 Blessing, and 1 Sacred Tree. So not that we have the worst hand possible. But it's not that problematic because we have Naturia's Blessing. So we go for Rose Whip. Spell summon our monster with the help of Naturia Blessing. Opponent's gonna Maxi. We can't do anything but to play through the Maxi. God knows what kind of deck he's actually using, but we'll know in a short while. So he drew into a copy of Ash Blossom. He actually negate my Camellia, which we can't do anything else. Just set a copy of the Sacred Tree. So this is our end board, and this will mostly be some cases for you. So Knight of the Order, normal summon, use the effect of Camellia. We then chain with our Maxi. So whether or not, alright. So whether or not he summons a ton of monsters, it's much better just drop it off and then let them hold it to one monster basically, rather than a ton. So yeah, he ends his turn there by destroying one monster of mine. Needless to say, like I said earlier, if you draw into a copy of a Vernusylph alone, you can't do any more plays. But yeah, during our opponent's turn, or during our turn, I mean, we use the effect of Cricket. Special summons a Sunflower and one copy of Camellia, then go for the Beast Secret Summon. And then the Cricket is a really good card though. It bounces from graveyard to your field. So yeah, really insane of a card. And since we got a copy of Blessing, we spell summon Camellia and normal summon our copy of Misting Seedlings. Go for Burn the Floor. And thus, we can still pop one card in the field, by the way. Osa, you might be wondering why. Go for or get a hold of our insect monster. Use the effect of Sacred Tree, spell summon a Camellia. Pop, and we have lethal. 3K, 2-2, 1-4, and 1-850. So, that is game, basically. So that's it, guys. Let's go to the outros. Alright, those were the replays, and this is the deck profile, guys. Hope you will check on the version 2 later on. I think this week I'm gonna upload that one. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Keep safe, good luck, subscribe for more contents like this in the near future. Good night, guys.